Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. This is your tutorial for how to make a foldable for the end of the year. First of all, I have a paper copy of this Creating a Foldable Social Studies End of Year Review. I have a paper copy, but remote learners, this is in an electronic format posted in your Google Classroom. To get started, I use colorful pens and pencils. You do not have to do that. I use 4 sheets of colorful paper. Any 4 sheets of paper will work just fine, colorful or not. I use staplers to put my pages together. You can use glue, or you can leave it unglued or unstapled too. All right, so the first thing that I'm gonna do with my 4 pieces of paper is I'm going to put them into a pattern. So for me, I'm gonna do green, pink, blue, and yellow. And I stack them neatly on top of each other, and do you see how I'm keeping the corners nice and neat? Now, I have to give myself room to write on each one of these tabs. So I'm going to put them as close to equidistant as I can from one another. And again, I'm making sure, do you see how I'm making sure that it is nice and even on the side? Now, these are going to become the tabs where this is the word, and then you open the flap and there's the definition. When I have it just like this, watch how I fold all 4 pages and I make the yellow meet the yellow, but I give it room to where there's 2 yellow tabs, and I crease really hard. Now again, this is what it looks like before I staple it. And if you are a person who would rather glue, you could open it up and put little dots of glue on each one of the tabs. Now, do you see how this is the correct way? So here's the title. The pink place is where the word goes, and then you lift the flap and that's the definition. Well, next I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to cut in half. And so it looks just like this. Now I have 2 foldables, and those go with these 2 columns. Did you see how it says outside label? That's what we write on the little tab. Inside information, that's what goes on the inside. So again, you have this piece of paper. Let me just show you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write Social Studies End of Year Foldable. And this is foldable number 1. And then this guy over here, he'd be foldable number 2. And I could transfer this stuff right up here. One of the things that you need to know is that outside label is right here. Open it up, and that's what goes on the inside. So I'll do the first 2, and then you can go on. Ready? So the first word is multicultural. And then when I open it up, it's a country. Now, do you see how I was writing real big, and then right here I had to kind of cramp it down? Well, that's because I don't want it to show, I don't want my writing to show on the, see what I mean? Like, I want my title to be down there and my definition to be on the inside. Let me go ahead and say this. By the way, I'm only doing foldable 2 right here. This will be for Foldable 1. Let me go ahead and say that oligarchy, democracy, and monarchy, those are all 3 types of governments, and it's going to go on the blue, the yellow, and the yellow. So watch what Miss Smith's going to do. I know that oligarchy, democracy, and monarchy are all types of government, so watch what I do. See how it's almost like a corner right there? And now I can write oligarchy, democracy, and monarchy. All right, so I have shown you how the word oligarchy is right here. Oligarchs might hold elections, but they're always fixed and unfair. And instead of it being one person in power, there's a small group. So sometimes I think, oh, I'm going to draw a picture and it's going to represent. And so here's my picture for oligarchy, because they're like a small group of people. And then I might draw a picture for democracy of a person putting a ballot in a voting box. And I might draw a picture for monarchy because a monarch wears a crown. And here's my democracy picture. It's a person going over here to vote. Anyway, so I'm sitting here making this for you, but that's taking a long time. So let me just go through very quickly and show you one that got all the way finished so that you can see. All of the way done. Ready? Foldable 1. Hunter-gatherer, a person who hunts and finds food. Urban versus rural. Here's what urban is. It's cities and skyscrapers. And here's rural. It's like farms and crops. Subsistence farming. It's what happens in a traditional economy where someone just feeds their family, but they don't sell anything. Standard of living is a measure of how good your country is. It's based on literacy rate, money earned, and life expectancy. Apparently I did not get done with that one. Please ignore that it did not get done and go right over here to desert environment, which goes with this one. Economic systems divided in half on the inside and put free enterprise and socialism, and location goes right here. And then I think I got this one done. Multicultural, remember we put types of government, oligarchy, democracy, and monarchy. Here's some important people. This guy's called Nelson Mandela from South Africa. This guy's called Mahatma Gandhi. He's from India. Knowing the difference between Southeast Asia culture characteristics and Sub-Saharan African culture characteristics. And then last but not least, there's going to be some test questions about what monotheism is, some characteristics about Christianity, about Buddhism, and about Hinduism and Buddhism, and believing in karma and reincarnation. So this right here is designed so that if you had a world map, which for me, the world map looks like this guy right here. If you had a world map, hold on, I'm getting it. And the world map looked like this, handwritten key, then you could turn it over and you could glue the foldables onto the back of the world map. And now you have basically like a study packet, right? You've got information on one side that's the world map and places around the world that Miss Smith is gonna ask you to identify on the test. And then if you glued these guys down right here, you've got words and definitions that will help you be successful on the test. All right, you'll have to email me if you have any questions. I hope you have a great day. Bye.